Hello everyone, I'm Steve, Mark's around. Say hi, Mark.
Hey everybody!
And this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark. Either welcome or welcome back, and happy Saturday. It is the weekend, so we know what that means. Today we're going a little down market. We didn't have cream and sugar in the house, so I put vanilla ice cream in my coffee. Cream and sugar. Not bad, not bad. Unfinished basement, of course. So, I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone is safe. Look after yourselves. Here, very interesting times in which we live, to say the least. That doesn't even give it justice, in fact. So today we are going to catch up with our fair lady, Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, the Daily Chantal, Chantopolis, the Chantal Show, and Foodie Beauty once again. She hasn't changed the name of her channel in a while. I wonder if she's due. So, where we left off from last week, okay, she was like I had called her the one-woman super spreader. The big thing was that she had traveled. She was eating her way through Montreal, or eating Montreal, like Godzilla ate Tokyo. I don't know. But, so, the issue a lot of people had was that she was traveling from one hot zone, COVID-related, to another. She was going from Ottawa to Montreal to get food and to get a sandwich. And it was not okay with a lot of people because it was unsafe, deemed by a lot of folks. She defended it by saying that it's for her work and the travel is essential because it's work related. Not that she was an essential worker. She very carefully watched her words. And the idea that it was essential was ludicrous to so many people, frankly, me as well. The consensus among reviewers, reactors, and commenters was, what the fuck do you mean it's essential to go get a sandwich? You could eat at home. You've been eating at home for years. I had counted out her mukbangs this month, and or her videos in the last month, and it was 18 out of 20. And the only 2 were going to Montreal. So the timing looked bad. The optics were terrible. It was deemed pretty much unsafe. I thought she could have been safer by staying at home. And it was right over the weekend of like American Thanksgiving. So close to home for a lot of folks who were staying home to avoid loved ones, even if they wanted to be there in the interest of being safe. And people saw her cruising out to go get a corned beef sandwich and were like, F you. So, strong feelings people seem to have, very strong feelings. And she defended it left, right, and center. And then didn't really bring it up after that. So, that's where we left off. Not good feelings towards Chantal at the end of last week, for many folks, myself included. I wasn't thrilled with her.
Myself included.
Well, Mark didn't care for it either.
Oh, come on. A nurse, Chantal. A postal worker, Chantal. A doctor, Chantal. Okay, come on now. Who is essential and who is not?
I'll leave that to the viewer to decide. So, we're picking up with random vlogs, cakes, curry, and comics. Now, this is another series, allegedly, that she wants to start. We've had false starts on series periodically, where we've tried it and it didn't work out. So I'm not knocking new series idea here. It's real and raw is the idea of the series. So it'll be less editing, no makeup, no bra. Can we say less effort? Maybe? I mean, no makeup, no bra. There's been a lot of these real and raw vlogs, apparently just incidentally over the years. Because every so often you do get the top bun, and nothing, and pajama shirt, or nightgown. I'm not saying moo-moo, I'm saying nightgown. And eat. Or do whatever. So, this isn't this isn't groundbreaking content for her. She's just calling it a schedule. And it's going to be kind of, I guess, like a day in the life sort of thing for her. Okay. So basically what we got was what she did in the day. She had dirty dishes. She had the cat, which was standing on her life insurance policy, which she brought up twice. Having life insurance and then critical care insurance as well. Because it's better to be prepared and you never know. This is true. It caught me kind of, But then again, I'm only 2 years older than Chantal, and I have life insurance. And it's through my employer, and it goes to Mark, and frankly, I'm worth more dead than alive.
Ooh, good to know.
So it goes. Yeah, I'm not eating anything you cook for me for a really long time, I think.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep in the living room, too. So, she said she didn't really feel like doing very much today. Big news, tear out the front page. And it's kind of just a rambly, vlog. Shows off a book she's reading that she thinks might be interesting. She opens up some Amazon packages and she burps. Now, I had a pseudo-feminist intersection of YouTube kind of thing. And this was just a thought. I'm not stating a position on this, but it was a thought. Last week, when Chantal came on, no makeup, greasy hair, the whole nine. And I commented on it, and I had said, you know, she doesn't owe the world a face of makeup on YouTube, but usually when she's feeling well, she's made up. Puts her makeup on, does something with her hair, even if it's just a wig, you know, she does something with her hair. And for female vloggers, YouTubers, creators, whatever, I feel like there's probably a different expectation of the amount of time you should spend getting ready, and as far as making yourself up to come on camera, than some of the guys. Depending on the precedent the gentleman set. I've seen some men who take quite a bit of time to get ready, you can tell. I decidedly don't. I put on a shirt and a hat, and I brush my teeth, and you know, that's it. We're ready to roll. Sometimes I contour my beard if I don't want to shave. Is the expectation different for female creators? Possibly. I think maybe there's a little more pressure on her. Plus, when she comes on made up and then doesn't, the disconnect is quite different. She looks very... I don't want to use the word sloppy, but something more polite than sloppy you could throw in when she doesn't, you know, do herself up. It's not like a natural look. It's a unkept sort of look. And she didn't invent it. There's other ones that do it, but at any rate. So back to the unboxing. Holiday glasses, a power strip, some clamps to hold up the green screen, which hopefully will be back. I haven't seen the green screen in like a week or so. She makes herself breakfast rather than ordering 2 items to have it delivered to the house. So, good for you. Clean out the fridge. Bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. She puts ketchup on the eggs. Okay, I have a rule about ketchup on eggs. Only if there is a breakfast meat involved. Bacon. Not ham for me for some reason. Sausage, and it's like a sandwich. Yes, then ketchup can be involved. If it is only eggs and cheese, no, it is not. Even if it's an egg and cheese bagel, muffin, whatever. Personal opinion has very little to do with Chantal. Just putting it out there. She talks about cleaning. She goes out. She gets an orange Gatorade because according to her, she poops a lot and needs to stay hydrated. Okay. She's going to pick up some cakes. 2 for her, 1 for Pete's. And Pete's is at the comic book store. So this is like his regular outing, I guess. And he picks up what he says is about $80 worth of comics. I don't know if that's a lot or not, but Pete's has very few interests, so if he wants to spend any amount on comics, I say go ahead. Also occurred to me, Pete's, though I don't know if it's been said, I suspect lived at home, maybe with family, and Pete's has had the same job for, I don't know, 18 years? He was working with Chantal and has, I think, stayed at the same place. I imagine Pete's makes a decent amount of money. I suspect Chantal pays a decent amount of bills. Pete's reminds me of one of those guys who's kind of mousy, kind of squirrely, and probably has $100K stashed somewhere, and you'd never know it because he wears the same t-shirts over and over and over again. But is maybe frugal, doesn't spend too much? I don't know. Pete's is probably worth more than me, dead or alive. Just a guess. Just a thought. There was thoughts coming through here, because it wasn't that dramatic of a week until we get to some Indian food. So I was just tangential while I was watching. Her grocery list, shaky cheese, which I always called shaker cheese, vinegar, tomato paste, marinara sauce, beef jerky. She seems annoyed the entire time. Pete's got a little dig in before the haul opened up, and she got snarky a tiny bit and was like, you know, there's a grain of truth in everything, and then he wasn't really in the rest of the video. More food. She did get Laughing Cow cheese. Laughing Cow cheese is good for someone who's trying to get dairy, texture, flavor, tongue feel, and still trying to lose a little weight. Chuck a couple of those into a brick of frozen spinach. Maybe 3. And creamed spinach. It'll fool your tongue. Enough. So, that was pretty much it. She ordered Thai food. She took a piece out of the lemon tart that she got and the chocolate cake that she got. She was just eating out of the box with a fork, taking out slice-shaped bites, it seemed like. And she said she's going to have a little bit every night, and whatever, who knows. Next, day trip with Pete's. Cute animals, cheeseburgers, and poutine. So they're going to a place called Park Omega in Montebello, Quebec. They have to take a ferry to get there. I've never, ferry, she has to drive the car onto the ferry, and they travel like that. I've never done that. I'd be shit scared to do it. But, you know, that's what they had to do for the trip. They were gonna go live for this drive-through, but they said the reception sucks, so they had to make a video and then bring it back. So they're driving through. There's deer, doe, everywhere. There's pigs. I thought I saw a buffalo towards the end, and they have this giant bag of carrots, and they're just feeding carrots out the window. And it's cute. Well, the animals are cute, and they are not insufferable during this. They're just funny, quirky, feeding carrots to deer, I guess. I'm assuming that it was cleared for them to do that. That, you know, it's not bad for the deer to do it. I don't know. I'm not a biologist. Don't know much about animals in that way. But the deer seemed to enjoy it, and it was funny watching Pete's try to interact with an animal, because Pete's talks to deer like I talk to children. Hello, how are you? You know, it doesn't jive. Let's see. That was about it. She said if it looked familiar, it's because she'd been there before with BB, which I don't recall, but early Chantal videos, I'm not as fluent in. Mark said this looked cute, and I agreed. I thought it looked cute. Pete's chimed in with how the French are pretentious and think they're superior to everybody. I don't know if there's any empirical evidence on that, but anecdotally, I've seen it a few times. Sorry, smoke break. So there's about 30 minutes of footage from the park, and they're just driving through and feeding animals, and it's cute. It's a little long, but it's cute. Animals, you know, whatever. And they go into the town of Montebello to find something to eat, apparently. And it's early in the day for Pete's, because it's, you know, it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and he slept till 2. But I think Pete's works late, and it sounds like Chantal has tried to flip up her sleep schedule again. She said she's been up since 10:30. Not particularly early to some folks, but Chantal was a vampire and was very out and proud about it within the last month. I think she said that she's like, I'm gonna do me. I'm a night person. This is what I want to eat. This is how I want to sleep. Da 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 da. And whatever, it's your life. But daytime is good too, and sounds like she was awake for most of it today. Good for her. Next, oh no, excuse me. Burgers, poutine, and fries. At the end, there was about 20 seconds where they stopped to eat. It was in the title, but that was it. So if you were looking for a mukbang or if you're a feeder or anything, you weren't going to see anything too interesting. It was POV, her shooting Pete's the food, and that was it. Next, amazing Christmas lights, magic of lights. It's December 1st in this video, according to her, and it's the start of the holiday festivities, and she has a tree in the kitchen, which she later calls Spruce Springsteen. It's cute. She stops at Starbucks for coffee and a cookie, and then they do the drive-through Christmas lights. It's just driving and chatting. It's about as... If you like drive-through Christmas things, it's in, like, the first... Like, you're watching it out. They're not filming themselves talking about it. They're talking about it, but you're looking out at it. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's pretty cool. I would go through a drive-through one, probably myself. We have one in Scranton. In one of the parks where you can drive through, even when it's not COVID. You know, in previous years, there's always been a drive-through. And, you know, for local yokel stuff we have, it's pretty good. I'd be tempted to do it in the car. Not as thrilled watching it. But there's an audience for it. Or is there? Some of the views on some of the videos were a little bit low this week. But they weren't food-related videos, exactly. So, the foodies, who love Foodie Beauty, probably didn't watch. I would guess. Again, it was just driving and chatting. It was a very long video. There wasn't a whole lot to say about it. Next, people had a lot to say about this. Indian food mukbang and talking about my boyfriend. So she's wearing a wig in the beginning of the video, and that shit comes off within the first 15 seconds. And she's got the greasy samurai top bun going on. Now I'm going to tell you a side story. Don't get mad, because this involves a generalization. Okay, I shouldn't generalize, but it wasn't mine. I spent some time, and there was a gentleman who was trying to tell me about how all women are. You know, there's always guys who can sum everybody up. Straight guy. And he had said, I'ma tell you about women. Never trust a woman with a top bun, because they're all crazy as F. That was his bit of advice to me. I don't know if he knew I was gay, because he was trying to tell me about how the world works, but... At any rate, that was his observation. It wasn't mine. And that one I don't anecdotally have evidence for. Some yes, some no. But Again, his generalization. I'm just putting it out there. So, again, no wig, no makeup. Her call. Huge spread of food. I mean, this was enough food for 4 people. She didn't finish it. Good. But it was a lot. It was tikka masala. No, it was chicken tikka. Palak paneer. Couple samosas. Some basmati rice. There was another dish that was like rice and vegetables and some stuff like that, and then all the side sauces, which most of which she hated. She would test them. Oh, that's different. That's salty. Acquired tastes. I like Indian food, but for me it was an acquired taste. It was I had to have a mindset going in. I have to do it with Mexican food as well, that the smells are good, that the smells are tasty. I can't let my head slip into a place where they smell like anything other than food, otherwise I'm too grossed out to eat it. So, it looked good. I haven't had Indian in a while. Mark hates it, so we never get it, and we never go out. Again, she tried the condiments, thought they were gross. She had posted a pic on the community board. Here's where we get into a little play. Of her new boyfriend, might be her new boyfriend, and who might be, in some new videos and come live with them. So, she leads into this by talking about how she's been on Tinder, now that she's single and footloose and fancy-free. And that she's had very little success, and she's taken her profile and made it private as well. So, she said that she's gotten a little discouraged and actually a little scared. And I've been offline. Like, I stopped dating because I started drinking sometime around 2006. And this was before smartphones in my circle became kind of a big thing. So there were no apps to meet people. And even in the gay world, there's a few apps where you can actually meet someone. And then there's apps that are just like hookup apps, pretty much. So I was out of the game for that. So I didn't do a ton of like online dating. My biggest whore days of online promiscuity were like early 2000s. And we're talking you had to be on a PC and log into a room that had green screens and black tight. And then you had to get MapQuest directions to get to the person's place. And then you get there and you're disappointed because they look nothing like the picture, but you still sleep with them because you'd made all the way there. Allegedly. So, just putting that. She said she's worried about like romance scams of men who play on vulnerable women. She makes a point, which I agree with, to not call these women stupid. Vulnerable is probably a better word. If you're looking for love and you have money and someone offers you love and then kind of backhandedly asks you for money or feels like if you give them money, then they're more likely to like you. That happens. It happens probably too often. She said she would get likes from like these model-looking men who say they love hiking, and she's like, what the hell would you want with me? Yeah. And she said she doesn't trust anyone online, pretty much. So, she also said who hooks up during COVID. Okay, first of all, let's not talk about people's choices during COVID when we drive 2 hours for a sandwich. Okay. You've driven further for less. Also, you can't stop people from getting together. You can't. People have gotten together, had sex, and gotten pregnant in state mental hospitals. Not the pregnancy part, but have hooked up in nursing homes, internment camps. Birds do it, bees do it, people do it. Okay, so COVID isn't going to stop anybody. These apps didn't all shut down as soon as, the rest of us went into shutdown. So, that's still going on. She said that she had one guy from Senegal, which is where BB was from originally, I think, who was trying to hook up with her, very quickly brought up the idea of citizenship. And there was a shadow rumor, I guess, don't know if it was proved, some people probably found some proof about it, about her being with BB and that having to do with his citizenship for a period of time. Who's to say? I don't know. That's not information I'm privy to, and I wasn't really locked into the rumor mill on that, so I don't know if there was any proof. But it was a rumor that dogged her at the time, I remember, for a while. So she saw a story about a guy who was a bodybuilder who married a sex doll, pretty much, or a real-life doll, whatever. The only time I had seen these things before was Real Sex on HBO when I was too young to be watching it, and My Strange Addiction where there was a guy who was carrying on a long-term relationship with a sex doll. So, she started looking up male dolls to see if there would be something for her. And she started thinking about the cost benefit. She said the benefits, you can get different appendages. You know what she's talking about. I knew what she was talking about.
What is she talking about?
She was measuring the appendages in inches. Does that sum it up? Okay. And pre-made, full-size, lifelike. Now, the needs that she's expecting this doll to meet are a little grand, I think. It's not going to leave me. It's not going to be jealous. It's always ready to go. It's not going to be grossed out by me. It's less hassle when I'm feeling antisocial. So, here's the thing. Okay, sex doll. It's, for sex. As a tool in the bedroom, as a toy, or something like that, personally, I see absolutely nothing wrong with it. Have fun. Get two. Hell. Make it a three-way. And that's fine, because that's, to me, personal opinion. Now, mind you, as far as passing judgment, Mark and I are gay. We are not Bert and Ernie. And there's large swaths of the population that think that that alone is enough for the two of us to be considered absolutely disgusting and that we should burn in hell. So I am always hesitant to pass judgment on people's sexual choices and what they do. So to that end, I think this is probably cool for her. However, emotionally, a doll I don't think can take the place of like love and companionship and getting those emotional needs met. It's not a proxy for that. You can dump all those feelings onto a doll, but it's not going to return them. You know what I mean? So for fun in the bedroom, yeah, have at it. Like I said, get two, get three, get enough for a soccer team and pile them on. But I don't think those emotional needs are going to get met. It's not going to be a boyfriend. It's going to be a play buddy, a plaything. So she's shopping around, saving, buying. A custom doll would be $25 grand. Okay. Pre-made would be $2,000. Someone that was already put together and designed and all that. So she said when she gets one, she insists she's not trolling too. She says definitely not trolling. I think she's going to change her mind. I think she thinks she's being sincere, but I think she will change her mind. When she gets one, it'll be in the video. I don't know. She says, I hope you won't judge me. I'm being serious. Mark?
Yes?
Do you think she's being serious?
If she's being serious...
I don't know which is worse, if she is or if she isn't.
Either way, what
God bless her.
Sad situation this is.
It's a sad situation.
Isn't it? Oh my goodness. Hey, like you said, have fun, but, if you're trying to, take the place of of actual companionship...
A sex doll's not going to put a ring on your finger.
Terrible
You're not going to take it home to meet mom and dad.
I feel so sad for her.
I don't feel sad for her. I just think it's not going to meet all the needs she wants it to.
Nope, I don't either. I think she's insane.
You think she's insane? Well... I will say this, she's obviously not the only person who's pursued it if there's organizations and businesses that will make these dolls. So she's not that much of a freak because, okay, maybe she is, but other people do it too. So, again, back to the food. This was a large amount of food. She didn't eat all of it. I gotta be honest, guys. I started a double dose of Prozac last week, no joke, and I feel like it's kicking in because honestly, I'm not feeling as vicious. I'm not vicious. I get pegged kind of as one of the nicer ones sometime, unless you ask Chantal.
All right, I'll take over.
Or Cynthia Beaumont. You're gonna dive in. But I wasn't as disgusted by this as I think some other people were. The sex doll thing, grain of salt, like I said, get off, but you're not getting married. And the food that she got was enough for 4 people. I suspect, well, she's going to eat it all herself. She said Pete's didn't like Indian food. So how many meals is she going to get out of that? I don't know. Last week when she was talking about, was it last week? Maybe 2 weeks ago when she was talking about her massive weight gain, that she only gained 1.5 pounds. So people who were saying she gained a ton of weight, it was not a big deal. She's only 401 pounds. Only. I have to say, maintaining 400 pounds is nothing to celebrate. Nothing. All that means is I haven't changed at all. It means I haven't changed for the worse, but it also means I haven't changed at all. And as a person who's lost weight before, I know it's tough. You change your habits for 2 days and you think you should have lost 20 pounds. And actually, at her size, she could change her habits for 2 weeks and probably have lost 20 pounds. It's not her goal to restrict. She's said, I'm not going to restrict myself. I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to reduce my calories slowly. I'm not going to deprive myself. We'll see. We'll see. The scale doesn't lie, people lie. That's what Dr. Nowzardin from 600 Pound Life always says. The scale doesn't lie, people lie. And if you've watched any of those episodes, you can kind of see that that's how it goes. And people always have the same excuse. I'm not eating any more than I usually eat. Why'd you gain 20 pounds? Oh, it's water weight. Okay. So, again, this wasn't as disgusting as I thought. As I think some other people thought that it was. But sad. I kind of felt like it was sad. It was a lonely woman, eating a lot of food, talking about buying a sex doll. I don't know. I haven't seen a video like it in a while, I'll say that. And then the last, Saunders Farm Christmas drive-thru. Going to a Christmas drive-thru. They dropped off some donations of food. She had some stuff in the house she was going to give away. Very nice. Good call. She had an all-new black outfit she was wearing. It had these short angel sleeves, because she's pretty thick through here, and she's got some wobble. And it was angel sleeved, like, to here. It looked pretty good. It hid what maybe she wanted to hide, and looked okay otherwise. So, as good as you can. I was watching... Who was I watching? I was watching Ms. Huzzy. Hey, girl. And, if you're watching. And she was talking about how when you're at a certain size, nothing really looks good. Because clothes don't look good on certain shapes of bodies. And when you're like 400 to 500 pounds, you're stuck getting what fits. And then among what fits, what you like. Or what's flattering. So when your options are really limited, sometimes you're not going to love what you can wear. But you have to wear it. Because there's no alternative. It's that or what? A toga? Like, I don't know what else you could put on. So, they went to Starbucks. She got her peppermint mocha and a handful of cookies. Pete and Chantal sing in the car. Meh. And, the drive-thru is festive, but a little creepy. It kind of is Halloween meets Christmas. To me, it's a little weird. And, not great, not bad. Like I said, we have one nearby. Maybe worth a drive-thru. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to make of this week. The sex doll, I think, was the was the thing that jumped out at me the most, only because it hasn't come up before. I do think she's trolling. I don't think she's getting I don't think either she's totally trolling and she's lying, which is probably the case, or she honestly believes that she's going to do this and then will change her mind later because she's wishy-washy. And it's a lot of money and she won't buy into it and then and she'll backtrack. So there's that part. As to the Christmas drive-thrus, they're holiday-y. They are, and it's December, but they're not as interesting as some of her other stuff. The raw and real vlogs aren't super different, but they're okay. They're something. She has some, apparently the period pieces coming up. They're a little bit more of something that I do like. And again, I liked the video where she went to go get the corned beef sandwich, but if she hadn't done it in the middle of the plague, I think it would have probably fared a little better with some people. With me too, actually. In hindsight, looking back at the video that I had done last week, especially in light of the last week, where there was an exponential eruption of cases, especially certainly in the state that I live in, it's gotten bad. My work restrictions have changed. Mark's maybe on the change. So things are tightening up. In light of that, looking back, it's like, really, for a sandwich? I kind of thought, well, I guess she was safe. And then I'm thinking back on, like, it's so easy to get sick. You could have ordered it from home. But live and learn for her, for me, I guess. Whatever. So, we shall see. I'm here for it. You here for it? I'm here for it. So thank y'all for watching. Please do subscribe. Hit the like button and the bell on your way out so you get the alerts. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Twitter. Our handle is at SmokeySteveA. Our email address and our contact information is all listed below. We are doing a holiday Christmas card exchange. Again, our address is below, so if you send us a card, we will send you one back. If you don't send us a card, but you email us your address, we will send you a card, because who doesn't like to get cards? So thank you for watching, and Mark and I will catch up with you. We're going live tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So if you're around, feel free to stop by and say howdy. It's usually pretty chill. So don't hesitate. Come by, say hello. Thanks for watching. Bye.